Internet, Sarah Lane here, and welcome to iFive for the iPhone, episode 2. That's 2 in French. This is the show for us, the iPhone fans, and each week we're going to cover 5 topics, from the apps you must have to the news you must know. And I wrote a song about it. Like to hear it? Here it goes. Number 1. Many of you already use Path, but a little refresher for those who don't. Path is that personal social network where you can share life with close friends and family, the one that makes you max out at 150 contacts. So whether you share a photo or a video, your location, who you're with, just a thought, the idea is you can be more open and honest with your real crew than you might be on public networks like Twitter or Facebook. Path works for me because it does feel intimate, the design is really nice, and it de-emphasizes that self-promotional aspect of the web that I think a lot of us are, frankly, kind of tired of. You can selectively push Path updates beyond the app, but that's not mandatory. And I also like Gatsby and everything my friends do. Now, Path's latest update changes things up a bit. So now you have more photo filters to choose from. You have a brightening tool, you have a crop tool. That's very nice. The new notification area is totally redone. It shows me my recent activity on my posts and posts I've also commented on, and then another tab for my friends' activity and feedback. I can also ask for more information on a location. So say my friend Tom is in Petaluma. I can then prompt him to tell me, what's going on there? What are you doing? Take a picture. I can't really decide if this new feature is cool or pushy, but it definitely does encourage sharing. So overall, good app, good update, all free. Are you a Yelper? As in a person who rates businesses on social review site Yelp? I am. I'm a proud Yelper. And I like the Yelp iPhone app actually more than the web version because I like to rate stuff on the go. Because sometimes I'm really fired up about this amazing brunch I just had, or I had the worst customer service experience ever, and I want to get it out there before I either forget or I stop caring. It's also my go-to app to find a place to eat or shop based on what's nearby or what's running some sort of a deal. The Yelp app monocle is also really neat. If you open it up, you get a first-person compass view of all the stuff around you and how it's rated. So here's what's new in version 6. Hot new businesses. It's actually kind of cool. They'll give you a map view of everything nearby that might be so new you didn't even know it existed. Now, this is the sort of feature that's always going to work better in larger cities because that's where businesses come and go more often. But it's nice to be on top of the newest addition to your hood without actually having to do any homework. Also new, the ability to like or compliment someone's tip from the app. This feature I am less crazy about. So if I write a tip about my local coffee house, do I really want another Yelp member telling me I'm hot stuff? The answer is no. If Yelp focused more on actual user data and less on cutesy features, they'd have better focus. Leave the mayorships to Foursquare. Number 3, everyone, I'd like to introduce you to Peter Petropoulos, my very first iFive co-host.
Hi Sarah Lane. Firstly, I want to congratulate you on the brand new show on the TWiT network. I'm sure it's going to be great. Now today I'm just going to show you my favorite app, which is To-Do. I'm really big on task management, and whenever I can use my iPhone or my iPad, I'm happy. So this app here is called To-Do. Now as you can see on the screen, I just recorded a short little demo and a tour of the app so you can get a bit of a feel for it. Now it's really nice. It's really customizable and it just looks awesome. Now I've used a lot of task management apps. I really don't like them. This is the best one. I don't know if you can see, but my iPad is right over there and I'm at school, I have my iPhone there, and I just want to put down some homework that I got due, I don't know, in the next 2 days. I put it on my iPhone. When I get home to do that homework, it's right on my iPad so I can see it. If you'd like to see more of me, make sure you go to youtube.com/MacManElmo for great apps, tricks and tips and all that cool stuff. Thanks so much, Sarah Lane. Congratulations and good luck with all these shows.
Thank you so much, Peter. You are good. You should do that more often. A couple things to note about Peter's pick To-Do, and that's with a number 2, D-O. It's $9.99 in the App Store, $10. If all you want to do is sync notes and reminders between your iDevices, you'll be fine with Notes and Reminders, which are 2 apps that are native to iOS. To-Do is a very robust task manager. After you add a To-Do, you've got all sorts of options. You can set a location, a geolocated reminder, due dates, even audio notes.
The blazer is missing a button on the left sleeve.
You can star important items and prioritize them. You can filter home and work tasks. I could go on, but I won't. If, and this is a big if, you're the kind of person who's organized and disciplined enough to actually use all of To-Do's features, then I think it's $10 well spent. Numero cuatro. If you follow financial news, you might have heard some rumblings about Apple's latest lackluster earnings quarter. Now, sure, the company pulled in $35 billion in revenue, but sales of the iPhone, which is Apple's biggest money-making device, dropped to 26 million, which is 9 million fewer sales than the previous quarter. And that kind of drop-off scares people. Depending on who you ask, this is either the economy's fault because people just can't afford iPhones right now, or because consumers are really starting to prefer phones running on other OSs, particularly Android, which is iOS's biggest rival. But the more obvious reason, the next iPhone. Although nobody knows for sure, a new iPhone model is expected within the next few months, and leaks on when exactly that will be and what the phone will look like keep on coming. Knowing all of that, would you buy an iPhone right now? Yeah, me either. Number 5, finally, the app most requested by you, the viewers, for an iFive review over the last week is Chirp. Lots of different apps let you share things like photos, notes, or links via Wi-Fi, via Bluetooth, via cloud-based servers. Chirp does it through a robotic bird. You have to sign in through either Facebook or Twitter to access Chirp, and then you just start sharing. So you take a photo, or you write something down, or you share a website, and then you chirp it. The app will send what you chirped in sound wave form to everybody around you who also has Chirp, the app, open on their iPhone. So you can share with one person, or you can share with 30 people in a room, as long as their iPhone's mic can hear your chirp. And that all sounds like magic, but here's what's really going on. Whatever you add to Chirp gets sent to Chirp's servers and assigned a unique address. Your chirp is the audio link to that address. So even if you're somewhere where there's no signal, you're in a bat cave, as long as your Chirp app is open, your phone is still capable of bookmarking a chirp that it hears, and you can download the actual contents of that bookmarked chirp when you're back online. I'm really not sure how often we're all going to need an app like Chirp, but the technology is undeniably cool, and when they figure out how to send money back and forth this way, game on. Oh, and one more thing. Last week I showed off SoundGecko and said that my only gripe was that I'd like the option to turn off email links to articles that I add. I don't like email. This feels like a receipt I don't need, and I'd really like the option to turn those emails off. Guess what? SoundGecko listened. The power of iFive compelled them. Way to go us. And that's it for this episode of iFive for the iPhone. We're only 2 episodes old, and we'd love to know what you want to see on a future show. You've got some options. You can email us at iFive@twit.tv. You can leave us a voicemail at 614-ON-iFive. That's 614-ONIFIVE. Or you can send us a video with an app review of your own. I'm Sarah Lane. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for spreading the word. You know we're in HD, right? Hint, hint. See you next week.